Okay, folks, welcome to Market Wrap for the 25th. Okay, so Facebook has settled down some now. It looks like 332.72 was last tick. So we're kind of in the sweet spot of where we want to be, where we have a good distance away from that 357.50 strike price, and we're a great deal away from the 292.50 strike. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable. I did put it together a video. I posted it on YouTube about the trade. Now, just because our strikes have not been tested this evening, that doesn't mean there's not an announcement that could come out tomorrow. That couldn't force our strikes to get tested. So we're not out of the woods yet. We will be out of the woods once we get our trade execution triggered and we are out of the trade. I'll be targeting, depending upon where it appears we're going to open up, I'll target a 60% profit on that trade. We might not get triggered on that for the first hour because despite the fact that the volatility of the options are going to deflate right at the open, they're still going to be somewhat expensive relative to where they were a month ago. So it may take an hour or two for that implied volatility to deflate some, and ideally we'll be out at 60%. So more to come, and of course I'll be sending out an alert. So let's go to the economic data today. Nothing really happened. Chicago National Activity Index, an increase. I don't know what the expectation was. We're down from the prior read, so I can't really divine whether or not this is a good number or a bad number. Tomorrow, consumer confidence, important number. We'll get a feel for house prices. Last read, we're at all-time highs. Do we make new higher highs? Probably. To the markets. First off, with the bond yield, we pulled back yet again, second consecutive down day. MACD looks like it wants to go negative. So we're definitely losing some momentum here. Still, we could easily regain that momentum, but if you're using the indicators alone, it looks like we are, specifically the MACD, like a double top here, lower high, that we are losing momentum. But MACD is a lagging indicator. What I do also want to point out is that on RSI has really not been breaking out to new higher highs. In fact, you can make the argument that we are in a sideways trading range on RSI. So a bit of a bearish divergence because we have lower highs and lower lows, despite the fact that we've been putting in higher highs on price. Now, taking a look at the TLT, it was down on the day along with the yields. Strange. So a bit of resistance at 144. Remember that on Friday we had recaptured support. The TIPS daily chart. Higher lows on RSI, higher lows, and a recapture of support on Stokes. And we hit new all-time highs today. The dollar, up day, but we faded on the day. Really strong open, very light volume on the day. The VIX clubbed over the head today. Very bearish price action. We're probably going lower. We're back down at that lower end of the trading range. But historically, we're in that time of year where it's very bullish. So November, October is traditionally a 50-50 month, very volatile, but November really becomes bullish, and we do proceed into the Santa Claus rally. We will have the Fed announcement in November, so that may gum up the works a little bit, but we'll see whether or not they do announce a taper, and if so, how much. Dow Transport's daily chart. We are now at RSI 78.77. I'm not sure how much longer this can keep going without a rest. I mean, this is bananas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days to the upside with no rest. on volume, which has been okay, and today we declined. So I think we're going to take a pause here on the Dow Transports. The S&P 500 bullish key reversal bar, doji star formation on Friday, negated today on the bullish reversal bar. Volume very, very light. MACD histogram flattening out. Interesting. Indicators, Stoke, RSI, bullish. Dow Jones. An up day, barely, on very light volume. MACD histogram losing momentum. That doesn't mean we can't regain it, but just an observation. Qs broke out today, recaptured prior support. Indicators, Stoke looking good, RSI looking good, yields pulling back, bullish for the Qs, volume light. Small caps. RSI continues to rise. Stokes are very overbought. You know, I shouldn't say very overbought. I'm gonna amend that. I'm gonna say they're somewhat overbought. They have been higher at times. We did break out today. I'm gonna have to, in all probability, stop out here. You know, the only thing that really kept me in this trade this long was the declining up volume bars. But to be fair and to be honest, the down volume bars have not been that high either. The banks, a down day on light volume, probably because of yields pulling back. Technology, doji star formation. If yields pull back, I think the technology sector is going to break out along with the Qs. Volume's been very light. Consumer discretionary daily chart. Huge, huge move up higher. Probably the knock-on effect from retail sales a few days ago. Keep in mind that we will be getting consumer confidence. So a weak number could take the wind out of the sales of consumer discretionary stocks. Volume is really, really good here. Energy, daily chart. We broke out. Volume is light, but it rose versus Friday. The path of least resistance has resumed to being the upside. Emerging markets, doji star formation. Well, not quite a doji star formation, more of a hammer formation if I had to make the call. Jury's out here. Dollar limped up higher. And you can see the indecision in emerging markets. If the dollar pulls back, expect more rocket fuel, meaning gunpowder, money floating into emerging markets. Gold. A good day, up over a half percentage point. We finally closed above 1,800 for the first time since, drum roll please, September the 14th. We spent a day there. So let's see whether or not we stay above 1,800. Now, 1,810 is really critical psychological support. Not that 1,800 isn't. We closed above the 200-day moving average, also above the 50-day moving average. You're seeing the moving averages begin to hook up. So this could be the wind at the back of gold bugs. And don't think that the technicians out there aren't watching this as we are. Stokes looking good. RSI looking good. Volume could have been better. Friday's volume was really, really good. The GDXJ recaptured support today. Volume was decent. Stokes looking good. RSI looking good. And when I say that, I'm just saying that momentum is looking strong. The indicators are validating the price action. Nugget, an up day here. We're up almost 3.25% at the close. We were up higher early on. Volume was a bit light, but Friday's was really good. I think we have more upside here. Silver, up over 2%. We're right at resistance. Volume, light. Indicators still look strong. Silver, daily chart, up, silver miners, my apologies. Silver miners up over 2.5%. We recaptured support. Volume was just shy of average. Now, one thing to keep in mind is we talk about the silver miners, gold miners. We're going to have consumer confidence that comes out. And all eyes right now are about the Fed in November, right? So when you get these economic reports, when you hear them, think about what the Fed hears. Now, if consumer confidence comes in light, well, that scares the Fed because they have inflation to deal with. Now they're expected to cut their bond buying. But what, in the face of a consumer that is under pressure, that becomes a dicey proposition. Now, if it comes out hot, well, you have retail sales that were hot, you have consumer confidence that's hot, well, then that gives them a little bit more latitude to taper. So when these reports come out, view them through the ears and the eyes of the Fed. Gold money, daily chart, up nearly 0.75%. I think we're breaking out here. I'm fine with the buy here if anybody wanted to buy this. I think we pulled back nicely. We're consolidating at the 50-day moving average. We're holding $2 per share. Good stuff. I think we're going up higher. Cal Maine Foods, up day slightly. Stuck at that resistance level at around $36 a share. Volume very light. Stokes looking good. I think we move higher. To our energy trades, ETRN. Up 1.9%. Nice bullish reversal bar, closing just shy of the highs of the day. Good stuff. Volume was just shy of average. We'll take it. Good day. OPTT, Ocean Power Technology, bounced back from Friday's down day. We did close off the lows of the day. The 20-period moving average, which is acting as a little bit of resistance, is now beginning to decline. But what we'll do is this. Draw that line in the sand. We start breaking down below key support levels, then we got to get out. We'll leave it off with Tupperware. I'm going to go with the weekly chart first, just as a reminder of why we're in this stock, because I know a lot of people that, especially new members, that may be saying, what the heck is this guy trading Tupperware for? This is, believe it or not, an inflation trade. We have yet again bounced off of the weekly breakout point. We broke out 4 weeks ago. We've retested for the past 3 weeks now. We closed out the session just off the highs. RSI looking good. Stokes looking good. We're in the early stage of a continuation breakout. Daily chart. Stokes, which are still technically moving lower, are beginning to flatten out. RSI defended the 50 mark, held. Now we're bouncing back up. No new higher yet. Loving this price action. Very nice. We broke out today on a daily time frame. Good stuff. Volume was light, though, to be fair. And with that, folks, it's going to be a busy morning tomorrow morning. Don't forget, tomorrow, I'm going to make the decision of what earnings trades we're going to play. Will it be AMD, Google, Microsoft? I definitely don't want to do all three. That's too much stress. We'll choose at a bare minimum one of them, and at a max 2 of them. So stay tuned, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night. Be well.